Thank you. Oh my god, I just got the keys to my new home. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Gabrielle, and in this video, if you're a first time home buyer, I'll be sharing with you 5 things to get right before you actually go ahead and buy a home. So the first thing that you want to get right is to make sure that you have your deposit, and you want to make sure that you have this money ready before you even start the process of buying your home. So that means that when you're going ahead to look for that pretty house in the mountains somewhere, you're gonna make sure that you have your 5% to 20% deposit depending on the lending institution that you're going to go with. In order to calculate your deposit, it's the percentage times the total value of the property. So let us say the minimum deposit that you're going to make sure that you have on hand is 5%, and the value of the property is $10 million. You're going to have 5% multiply by $10 million, and that would give you an amount of $500,000, which you would be required to have in your bank account just as you are ready to start the process of buying your first home. So you don't want to start going about getting a home and trying to do paperwork and you don't have the money right. So the deposit part is very important. You want to have this money ready in the beginning stages of you buying your first home. So the second thing that you want to make sure that you have right before you actually start the process of purchasing your home is to have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Now, one of the reasons I highly recommend having an emergency fund before you actually go about buying your first home is so that you will not have to go about trying to scramble money to cater to emergencies while trying to buy your home. Because when you start the process of buying your home, don't think that the deposit alone is going to cover all your expenses. There will be additional things that will come up, and you will be required to have to find that money in cash to provide to your lawyer or the lending institution that you're working with. So having a 3 to 6 months emergency fund is important, and in order to determine how much you really need, it's based on your living expenses. So if you know that in order for you to survive within a given month, let us say it takes $100,000 per month, and you're going to save 3 months of that, that means that you're going to save $300,000 towards your emergency fund before you actually go about buying that new home. One of the ways that your emergency fund would come in handy is, for example, you drive a car and then suddenly you have a flat tire and you're also buying a home. So you know, when you have a flat tire, a tire can cost, even depending on the type of car that you have, a tire can cost you from anywhere between $6,000 up, right? And so when you make sure that you have an emergency fund, instead of trying to go into your house money to cover this expense, your emergency fund is already there to cover this expense for you and not setting you back so that you will be delayed in buying your first home. Third thing that you want to make sure you get right is to make sure that you know how much your monthly mortgage payment would be before you actually go about purchasing your first home. So you want to know, if it is that I take out a home for $10 million, how much money is it that I'll be required to pay for the next 30 to 40 years per month for this home? And you have to determine whether or not your budget can meet this monthly mortgage payment. And the rule of thumb is to make sure that your monthly mortgage does not exceed no more than 25% of your net take home pay per month. And in order to calculate that, if your net take home pay is $100,000 per month, your monthly mortgage payment cannot pass 25% of this amount, and so you would end up paying $25,000 per month in mortgage because that is what your budget can afford. Reason for applying this 25% to your net take home pay as your rule of thumb is so that you will have room in your budget to breathe. Because I mean, if you want to buy this home, you want to make sure that you can pay the light, you can pay the water, the internet bill, and you want to be able to eat food, of course, right? So you don't want to be taking out a mortgage that's going to cost you 50% of your take home pay every single month. You'll end up being house poor. So the fourth thing that you want to make sure that you consider is maintaining your home. And in order to maintain your home, this means that you're able to repair plumbing if there's an issue, because if you were once a renter, depending on what happened in your home, you would call your landlord to come and fix it. But once you're now the new home owner, you are going to be responsible for any of the damages to your home. So if you have maybe an electrical problem, you know that you're going to be the one who has to call the electrician to come and fix it. If you have a plumbing problem, you're going to be the one who has to call the plumber to come and fix it. So it's very important that you consider this as well when you're purchasing your home. So you won't only just be paying mortgage and bills. You're going to have to make sure that you can pay to fix something in your home if it is broken as well. The final and fifth thing that you have to make sure that you consider is taxes. Now, we all have to pay taxes, whether it is indirectly or directly. And if you're a first-time homeowner, property taxes is what you will be required to pay. And your property taxes will be based on the value of your property. So, for example, your home is valued at $10 million. And another home is valued at $20 million. The amount each person would have to pay would be different because the value of their home is different. Now, property taxes is something that you have to pay every single year. And so, if you are going to consider purchasing a home, you have to make sure that you can meet your monthly mortgage payment, maintenance costs, as well as to make sure that you can also pay the property taxes that comes with owning your home. There you go. Those are the 5 things that you must get right if you're a first-time home buyer. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Peace out.